Welcome back to CAD 102, and in this class today we are going to draw the shift lever. Now you have drawn this before if you've taken my AutoCAD, the first AutoCAD class, Introductory AutoCAD, and you've done this using all the AutoCAD tools that helps you to go through this. Now we're doing a little bit of constructive geometry and descriptive geometry here, and I want you guys to use these methods to draw this. I don't want you using any type of snaps or any type of tan radiuses and all those things that makes life easy in AutoCAD. I want you all to use the old method to draw this, and I want to show you all how I'd go about doing this. I'd go in here and start with my I've got it pulled up and I'm looking at this and I've got a radius of 0.38 and a 0, 0 and a radius of 0.38. Alright, straight up off of that 1.25, and I'm just coming straight up. This is one way you can do it. Copy, grab that, bring that up there and dump that in there. Another circle, and the outside circle, this is going to be a radius of 0.75. We'll do a copy again. Catch the quadrants here, and that's easy to do because you can take on the boards and you're doing basically the same thing inside here. We got those real quick and easy. Trim, and really doing it like this for this one, it just gives you an appreciation of what softwares do for you, as opposed to having to figure out everything yourself. Okay, so there we've got that in there. We're going to come over, and I'm just going to use line, make it easy on myself. 5.5 up 2.75, and I've got basically the same 1.5 and 0.75. So coming here, and the diameter is 0.75, so the radius is 0.375. Space bar to do it again, and something don't look right here, folks. Yeah, I'm right dead in the center of it. I'm just making sure it didn't look like I was hitting the center. I guess I am. It just didn't look right to me, but looks better now. And on this, we come back over 3.4. I'm just using my lines, making it real simple on myself. 3.4, and I'm going to go up 1.25, and at that point we have a radius of 0.25, and then we've got another radius of 0.56 up there at the top. So all that stuff's in there, all of it's located where it needs to be. Now I want to put that. Now you guys know you could use tan radius really quick and really easy. Just kind of float on here, float over there, and put in 6, right? Well, let's do this our old descriptive geometry way. If we were sitting on a board, how would we do that? And again, we're hitting the top of this arc, hitting the top of this. Now you want to be on top of this one. So remember, you're going from here, from the center point, and it's 6-inch radius. So you take that 6-inch radius that you want, and you subtract this radius right here, okay, to get it on the top. So when you come in here and do your circle, and that was a 0.75 minus 6, that would put it at 5.25 right there. Over here is the same thing because it's the same radius here, and we need a 6-inch radius across. You're touching the top, you're going to be on top of it, so you subtract. So it'll be 5.25 over here, and where those two lines come together, you get that point and come up here and type in 6, and right there's that line. That's how that tan radius is working in a manual method. Alright, so I get rid of this, trim all this up, and now I do have another line underneath this one here, and I go ahead. Let's go ahead and fix this on up here. It's no big deal. So what we could do on this is actually there's a little bit of a radius that comes in here, and there's a radius that comes back here. Now there's a couple ways you can do that, and the best way that just to show you manually how to do that is the 3/8. So what you do is offset this arc right here, 3/8. Offset this arc, 3/8. Okay, you still have your hole punched down there if you're on the board, and when you do that, it looks like that. There's your center point. And you can come right there, type in 0.38. Perfect. Come over here, type in 0.38, and get rid of the stuff that you do not need. Trim all that out. Don't need that anymore. Do not need that anymore. I didn't need that either. Just like that. The next thing we need to do is get this. You see how that's a 1 inch? There should be like a 1 inch radius right here. Real easy to do that. What I want to do is offset this. Now if you had a compass stuck in here, this is 0.75, and radius, add 1 inch to that, so it would be 1.75. So you could just come in here, 1.75, or you could offset this 1 inch. So there's that, and we know that this is what I would have done if I was drawing it on a board. You're going to offset this line 1 inch down. Or 1.25, guys, 1.25. Look at my drawing. 1.25, right there where that intersects there. If I come here, type in 1 inch, perfectly. And see what that does is that offsets that away from that exactly 1 inch. This comes down where they wanted it 1 inch, but it crosses that, it'll put you dead on where it needs to go in there and become tangent. So we got all that. I clean up what I do not need right now. Keep that like that. Now whenever I'm going to do the same thing I'm doing up here, but I want to be on the bottom. Now when you're on the bottom, instead of subtracting, you add, right? You add. So we've got, looks like a 4.2 radius that comes up and over, and we're going to add this 0.75 to it. So 4.2 plus 0.75 would be 4.95, right? So just do your circle, catch your center point, 4.95 radius, because 4.2 is what we wanted, and then we added in our radius. What that does is it pulls you down further so that you'll be under this. This is the circle that we're coming into. We're coming tangent to on the top of it, and it is a 1 inch radius. So we got 4, and we're going to be on top of this one, so we're not on the bottom. On the bottom you add, on the top you subtract. So 4.2 minus 1 would give you 3.2. So now come down here, there's your intersection, and type in 4.2. And you see how that brings you right in there. We'll trim, clean that, clean that, clean that. I don't need this anymore, and the rest of it is history. So that's a real quick way of doing that manually, not using all the fancy buttons and things. And if you're in my drafting fundamentals, that's how I would have you guys do it, just so that you'll understand the basic fundamentals of drawing. If you have any questions, let me know.